Hey friends, Lucas here. Hey, long time no see, right? I've been busy. I got a new job, and the kids are getting older and more fun, and I haven't had much time to complain about anything. But boy, do I have complaints. But anyway, this is not really one of those big complaint kind of videos. Rationality Rules put out a video today debunking the atheist burden of proof. Of course, the idea is, well, atheism isn't, we as atheists, we're saying, well, we're just not convinced by the evidence that's been put forward. And, we have reserved judgment. That's our thing. So we have no burden of proof to explain to you why we're atheists, or to try to prove that atheism is correct. And I think this comes down to a mindset. I'm getting kind of sick of hearing about how atheists don't have a burden of proof, though I agree with it on the surface. But what we're talking about here is a conversation, and the conversation should go something like, Mr. Theist, you believe there are gods. You believe there is a specific God and that it has all these attributes and so on and so forth. What is that? Can you explain it to me? Can you tell me why you believe that? And he will tell me why, and I go, nah, I don't think so. But as an atheist, I can give you a very specific reason why I don't believe in the Christian God that I know about. Now, here's the thing about Christianity is no 5 Christians are going to agree on what a God is or what it means to be Christian. And so I have to go by, and I've been accused of this, and I think it's rightfully so. I'm like if I was a Christian, I'd be a fundamentalist, because I figure if you're going to know anything about God, the only way to know that is from what you get from the Bible. And you can't know anything about God from outside the Bible, so you got to be a fundamentalist. And whatever the Bible says has got to be right, or whatever. That's just the way that my brain works. Like, I have no communication with a God, so I can't know anything about him. And the Jesus aspect, yeah, Jesus is supposedly a nice guy, but he doesn't undo any of the old, terrible stuff that Yahweh did. He just compounds it. Anywho, so I think as an atheist, while we don't really have a burden of proof, and I agree with that, we're talking about beliefs, and we're talking about a conversation. I want to know what you believe, and you want to know what I believe. And I think it's disingenuous, if not just dishonest, sit there and fold your arms and say, well, I don't have to explain anything to you because I have no burden of proof. If I'm going to have a conversation with you, I'm happy to tell you why I don't believe in God. And there's a whole bunch of reasons. Because a fundamentalist view of the Bible is literally insane. And I know a lot of Christians would agree with that. But then if they agree with that, where do they get their information from? How do they know about God? From what their pastor tells them? Well, how does their pastor know? They do realize that their pastor is just a person too, who learned from other pastors and learned from the Bible. And anywho, it's crazy. So I think, yes, while it's true, technically, we don't have a burden of proof. If we're not talking about certainty, and we're talking about beliefs, which is, I think, where you'll find honest believers. Honest believers will say, yeah, I believe, but I'm not certain about it. I could be wrong. And I would say the same thing. Yeah, I'm not certain there are no gods. I could be wrong. I'll tell you why I don't believe in gods. And then I could go on for 5 or 10 or 100 hours or 1,000 hours. I don't know. But anywho, Yeah, okay, technically, we don't have a burden of proof. Um, However, I think we have reasons to believe that there are no gods, and I, for one, am happy to tell you what those are. Anyway, that's my story. I'll catch you later.